we're taking a look at the Doogee V20 Pro, a rugged smartphone with a difference. It's packed full of features like a thermal camera and night vision. We've even got a built-in kickstand to enjoy all of your favorite media. Full disclosure, before we get into it though, the video is sponsored by Doogee, and they've sent me the phone for free to review for you guys, but that of course does not change my opinions. So the Doogee V20 Pro is different to the other rugged smartphones out there in many ways. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up for the first time is just how light the phone is. Rugged smartphones do tend to be pretty heavy, but you can feel just how light this is the minute you pick it up, and it weighs around just 304 grams without the case, and then 333 grams including the case. Now although light, it still feels very well built, and that's no surprise considering we get IP68 water resistance, IP69K dust and temperature resistance, as well as being mil standard 810H military tested. Now on the front, we've got a full screen display coming in at 6.43 inches. It's an AMOLED display with a Full HD Plus resolution of 1080 by 2400 and an aspect ratio of 20:9. And we've also got a brightness of 500 nits, and the display is protected by Gorilla Glass. Now the display is smooth and responsive, and you can choose whether you want to navigate with the buttons at the bottom or remove them and just use the gestures instead. And you can see we've got a punch hole camera at the top center, and this houses a 16 megapixel selfie camera, and we've also got the option in settings to activate a dynamic island for those of you that want it. Now one of my favorite features of the V20 Pro is the easy key on the left hand side of the phone. It's essentially a shortcut key that you can customize to open apps or many different shortcuts. Now you can choose options for single press, double click or long press. So I've got single press for screenshot, double click for the underwater camera, and then long press to open up my emails. Now next to the easy key, we've got the dual SIM tray, and this also supports a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. And then on the right hand side, we've got the volume buttons and the power button. The power button also has a built-in fingerprint scanner to quickly unlock the phone. If we take a look at the rear, you can see we've got an interesting camera layout, and I like the fact that it's different to all of the other phones out there. We've got a 64 megapixel primary camera with phase detect autofocus, an aperture of f1.8 and a 90-degree field of view. We've got a 24 megapixel night vision camera with an aperture of f1.8 and an 80-degree field of view. And then we've got an 8 megapixel fusion camera. This has got an aperture of f1.8 and a 90-degree field of view. And then finally, we've got the 1000 meter high precision thermal imaging camera to measure temperature through your phone. It's nice to see such a versatile camera system for a change, and we'll go into details in the camera test shortly. Now the Doogee V20 Pro is also powered by the Dimensity 700 system on chip. It comes with 12GB of RAM and 256GB storage, and the phone easily lasts the day thanks to a 6000 mAh battery with 33W fast charging. And then we've also got the option to use it as a power bank if we want, and we can connect other devices via the USB Type-C port. Now the phone's got NFC, Bluetooth 5.1 and dual band Wi-Fi, so you can have no issues with connectivity. Now the phone is running Android 12 with the Doogee skin on it, and it's the first time I've used their UI, but I have to say I like it. We can use the on-screen buttons or switch to gesture navigations. We've got the option for a light or dark theme, and then we've also got the option for adaptive brightness. And you can also choose a charging animation when you plug it in, and this is something that I haven't seen before. Now we've got the intelligent assistant that's got plenty of customizations in it. You've got things like flip to silent, automatically answer the calls when you hold the phone near your ear, and many more. I also like that it doesn't come pre-installed with loads of bloatware, and there are only a few apps pre-installed along with all of the Google applications. One app that does come pre-installed is the Easy Launcher, and this is for those of you wanting something simple with big buttons, and this is going to be useful for something like when you're working. It's fully customizable, and it just makes things nice and easy to access. Now we've got fingerprint unlock with the side-mounted scanner, and this works very well and it works every time, and I haven't had any issues with it not recognizing my print. We've also got face unlock, and again this works well and unlocks the phone nice and quickly, but it's important to note that this is just a 2D face unlock using the selfie camera. Now when it comes to the camera system on the V20 Pro, I like that for a change we've got something useful. Too often we see something like a 5-camera system with an ultra-wide, a telephoto, but all of the cameras are subpar apart from the primary ones, but this isn't the case with the V20 Pro. We've got the primary camera for your photos and videos, we've got the night vision for nighttime, and then of course the thermal camera for temperatures. For photos it performs great. You can see here from all of the photos I took, we've got great detail and great color, along with nice highlights and shadows. Now these were simple point and click photos I took on my walk, and I'm happy with the overall exposure from the phone, and every photo came out great. Now you can take normal photos which come out at a resolution of 9248 by 6944, or we can also select Ultra HD, and this gives us a resolution of 12,000 by 9024. For a mid-range phone, I'm pretty impressed with the photography. We also get some good video from the phone, and you can record up to a 2K resolution at 30 frames per second, and as you can see here, we get good detail with a great quality video. So this is the rear-facing primary camera. It's a 2K resolution. Just walking down the road, so there's a lot of noise, so we'll see how that comes out on the PC. There's also some very awkward lighting here, a lot of sun shining, and then a lot of shadow. But it seems to be handling that pretty well. If I just turn around again. I'm also walking along quite quickly, so we'll see how the stabilization turns out. But all in all, it looks like a pretty good camera for video for the V20 Pro. We also get good quality photos and videos from the selfie camera, as you can see here, but the video from the selfie camera is restricted to 1080p. So this is a video from the front-facing camera. There's quite good quality in the viewfinder. There's a lot of sun shining at me, so that's going to be difficult for the camera. If I just spin it around. Of course, it's 1080p only from the front camera. Have to wait to see on the PC, see what the audio comes out like. But overall, it looks like a really good video. Now, for those of you that wanted, there's also a beauty mode built into the camera system where you can add things like skin smoothing, slimming, and more. We've also got a night mode, GIF creator, portrait mode, pro mode, panorama, slow motion, time-lapse, and intelligent scanning. As we covered earlier, we've also got the night vision, and this works incredibly well. With 2 infrared night vision lights, you can see even when you're in the pitch black. Now, if I show you here, you can see that while my eyes can literally see nothing, the V20 Pro is able to see plenty thanks to its night vision camera. I can see this coming in handy if I need to find something in the dark or if it's for someone who works night shifts. On top of that, we got the thermal imaging camera, and this uses the InfraRay app pre-installed on the phone. You can view a heat map through the phone or choose to display the temperature along with the hottest and the coolest parts marked out. You can also adjust the heat map colors to your liking, and there are plenty of color schemes to choose from. When it comes to the view, you can also select from the IR view, a fully RGB view, or a mixture of both, which is the mode I most often prefer. Now, of course, you can also take photos and videos from this app, so it's great for anyone that needs to do any sort of temperature monitoring. With a 6.4-inch AMOLED display, it's also great for general browsing for the internet or socials, as well as some casual gaming. For media, it looks great on the large full-screen display, and the included case even comes with a kickstand so we can just prop it up on a table and watch. While we only get a single speaker on the V20 Pro, it goes plenty loud enough and sounds good, so we'll just take a look at the sound samples now. For those of you that want to do a bit of gaming, the Dimensity 700 is a perfectly capable chipset. For those that care about synthetic benchmarks, I ran it through Geekbench 6 where we got a single core score of 709 and then a multi-core score of 1722. Then on the GPU benchmark, we get 1231 for OpenCL. Over on 3D Mark, we get an overall score of 1167 for the wildlife test with an average FPS of 7. Now, I've installed a couple of the latest games like Call of Duty and Asphalt 9. Both play well, and it's an enjoyable experience on the large display. Being a rugged phone, I actually find it a little bit more comfortable to game on, as its bulkier shape gives you something to hold on to. But you can see here, Asphalt 9 runs nice and smoothly on the races without dropping any frames. Then over on Call of Duty, you can see it runs incredibly well too. For my graphics settings on Call of Duty, I had it on medium with realistic style, and you can see here it runs perfectly, so it's also going to be a good choice for those that like a bit of mobile gaming. When it comes to the unboxing, we first get the phone itself with the protective case already attached. Under that, we've got the warranty card, a screen protector, and the manuals. Then finally, we get the power plug and the USB-C cable. Now, when it comes to pricing, it's currently $498 on their website, which makes it a mid-range phone, and it ships to Europe, UK, USA, and Mexico, as well as Asia. For $498, I'd say it's good value as we've got a great phone for general use, media and gaming, and then we've got a great camera system that not only delivers great photos and videos, but we've also got the inclusion of night vision and thermal imaging. Now overall, I'd say for anyone in the market for a rugged phone, then you definitely need to check it out, and of course the links are down in the description below. So hopefully I've covered everything in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.